Henry Golding has a brand new film coming into theaters this week, and it's G.I. Joe's Snake Eyes: The Origin Story, debuting in theaters July 23rd, 2021. And today's video, I'm going to be diving in and telling you guys all of my favorite Henry Golding films so far. There's 5 films I have to talk about today, and overall, this guy's had like such a great career, and I can't wait to see where he goes next. I know many people are putting him in the camp of maybe he could be the next James Bond. Part of me kind of would want that because he is such a smooth-talking, charismatic guy, and he could absolutely pull off that role. Of course, without further ado, guys, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below your favorite Henry Golding performance, and let me know how excited you guys are for Snake Eyes down below. Now at number 5, we have Henry Golding's first independent feature, and that is Monsoon. Now this one, I don't feel like most of you guys have probably even heard about. It is a romance. It is stars Henry Golding. And it's one of the films that completely went under the radar last year. And I think this is one that if you're looking for a unique tale that really much shows his acting range more than just being, again, this suave, charismatic guy that we've seen all the time before. He shows his range in here, and the romantic tale in here, my oh my, it is very believable, and I dug the hell out of it. I think when it comes down to this movie, it's gentle, it's joyous, and really this isn't one that many of you guys should sleep on. While it grows its portrayal of immigrant displacement, it also really much touches on this romance that I think shows a poignant picture of what it needs to be said. And the Vietnamese culture in here, I think, is one of the most important aspects of the entire movie. And at my number 4, it's A Simple Favor. Now, while I'm not the biggest fan of this movie, I know many people love this one to death. I find it very enjoyable. I think the mystery element is a little bit too many twist turns that happens inside of here. But again, when we're talking about Henry Golding and profiling him as an actor, he is so great as the husband in here, who, you know, does start to kind of diverge into this relationship with Anna Kendrick, but also he was married to Blake Lively as you're trying to figure out what is going on, where did she go? There's so many fun elements in there, and I feel like Henry Golding's performance in here is one of the main reasons why I think A Simple Favor is so enjoyable. Why he's not the main character, he's definitely one of the main supporting members, and he always elevates films in those roles. And at my number 3, it is of course The Gentleman. This is of course Guy Ritchie's kind of return to the gangster flair after doing Aladdin and Sherlock Holmes and all sorts of things like that. And again, what it really says in here is when you can build around a cast around the main central character of Matthew McConaughey, and when you have the likes of Charlie Hunnam and of course even Henry Golding, Hugh Grant, and so many more, you can see how those supporting members really much elevate not just McConaughey, but the rest of the story involved here. And I always find myself, when I go back to rewatches, one of the most memorable characters in here is Henry Golding's gangster guy. And he really much opens up the doors to different avenues. And when I'm watching him, I'm like, this guy's got some good talent. And this is one of the roles where he really much isn't playing this suave, charismatic guy. He's a total asshole in here, but I love it. And it was nice seeing him actually portray something different than what we've seen from him before. And at my number 2, it is The Last Christmas. Now, depending on what side of the spectrum you fall on, you might really like this movie and you might not. It kind of really depends on where you are with the twist involved with this movie. And yes, there is a twist in this romantic Christmas comedy that I think it's absolutely delightful. Yes, Targaryen herself, Daenerys, is in here, Emilia Clarke, and she's wonderful. But Henry Golding, again, playing the main supporting role in here, playing the love interest. My God, I'm swooning over him as well. He's so good in here. And again, his charm is dialed up to 11 within this, and his chemistry with Emilia Clarke is just perfection. And as well as playing around with the message, because if his performance isn't great in here, in my opinion, then the whole entire film really much would fall flat due to the twist and due to some of the moments that happen inside of here. Because of Henry Golding's performance, you really much can believe where Emilia Clarke's character ends up going by the end. It's because of him that her arc changes completely. And of course, Crazy Rich Asians is my number 1 favorite Henry Golding movie still. This is the first time that I ever saw him. I watched this, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? He's so awesome in this. He's great. And his performance, again, feels that charm. When we talk about charismatic and charming actors in Hollywood right now, Henry Golding has to be at least one of the number 1 picks for it all. And for me, I adore it. I eat it all up. And in this film in particular, while yes, the production design, the cinematography, all of that stuff is extravagant and beautiful, my favorite element, of course, about this is all of the characters revolving in this romantic comedy, and as well as the touching on a culture that I never personally grew up on and starting to learn a little bit more about it. I always find that Henry Golding's character is one of the most important characters because he's someone that we have to relate to, but also understand where his mother is coming from, where the culture is coming from, and how she is relating to this all. And it again is a very interesting dynamic that I don't think we get a lot of in romantic comedies. And when we do get it, I don't think it's as well done as it was in here. I overall really dug Crazy Rich Asians, and it still remains my favorite Henry Golding's performance yet. But of course, this Friday, like I said, Snake Eyes is coming out. I got my mask. Thank you so much to Paramount and, of course, Allied for sending this over. I'm excited, and I'm excited to hear your guys' thoughts on what your favorite Henry Golding movie is. Maybe it'll be Snake Eyes by the end. Maybe that would be your favorite performance. This is his first big action role, and like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I would love for him to end up playing James Bond, so maybe this will kind of diverge him over to there. Who knows? I'm a big fan of the G.I. Joe characters back in the day, and Snake Eyes was always my favorite, so I know I'm going to be there day one, and I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts once again down below. So again, Snake Eyes is coming to the theaters this Friday, July 23rd. We're going to have a great discussion this week when my review drops for that. Maybe I'll love it, maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. But who knows, guys? That is the fun aspect of movies and just how subjective it can be. But of course, thank you guys again for clicking on this. If you guys are interested in seeing movies early, head on over to Samsung Films on how to see those. And of course, it's a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. So of course, until next time, stay classy.